Ladies and gentlemen, I've always opined on this platform that in politics we have only two constants: the interest and the betrayal. And that as long as the political interest of the political class can converge, they will always work together. And that betrayal is also part of that game. Allow me to ask you this question. Do you think there is anything that can stop James Orengo from coming back to ODM party? Because Kenyans are currently asking and are wondering whether James Orengo is plotting to make a comeback to ODM party. Earlier this week, there is a statement which Junet Mohamed made. And personally, I must confess, I tend to agree with that statement by Junet Mohamed. Listening to Junet Mohamed, what he's trying to say.
An old man cannot be subjected to declare himself party leader. At least you can even get an MCA to declare you a party leader, an MCA of someone. You are declaring yourself. That means we will welcome him back home. We will welcome him back soon. There will be very soon homecoming party for Orengo. Come back for Orengo.
Like Senate Embakasi East MP.
Embakasi East MP is our friend. Embakasi MP thought that by going that side, the Mlima people will vote for it. Now it is dawning on him that it is not possible. You watch our lips and watch our steps. All these people will come back to ODM. And they'll all run on ODM.
They are more safe.
Yeah, they are more safe in ODM. Unless you have reached the kiwango of being now a presidential candidate. And for those who have reached that level, we wish them well. We are praying for them.
Is James Orengo on his way back to ODM party? For you to understand that, allow me to take you back. Was it to last week or was it last week but one? Last week, Raila Jr. and Odinga met. And after their meeting, Raila Jr. made it very clear that he's requesting those who believed in Baba and Raila Odinga not to leave the party, but instead focus on rebuilding that party. I listened very closely to that statement by Raila Jr. And allow me to make a prediction that Raila Jr. will be going for a political seat in 2027 in Nairobi. Then immediately after that meeting between Raila Jr. and Odinga, James Orengo went to Mama Ida and they met. I'm 100% sure that the meeting between Mama Ida Odinga and James Orengo was also about ODM politics. I don't want to talk much about Mama Ida because you know she's not in politics currently. But she is our mother and therefore sometimes you have to mention those kind of meetings. So Orengo went and met Mama Ida after that meeting between Oburu and Raila Odinga Jr. And the question which Kenyans were now asking, where is Winnie Odinga? Because Winnie Odinga was in ODM, but her heart was fully in the other group, Linda Mwananchi. But Linda Mwananchi is transforming itself into a political party. I doubt if Mama Ida, Winnie, and Raila Jr. would agree to join, to leave their father's party, which is still in the hands of the Odinga family, to join Linda Mwananchi. And that's why, personally, I tend to think that Orengo met with Mama Ida probably to negotiate his way back to ODM party. But let us not get into those details. In this video, I want us to understand or to try and figure out why James Orengo can actually make that move back to ODM party. Before we do that, in case you're watching this channel for the first time, take a second or two, click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Ladies and gentlemen, in politics, nothing happens out of mere coincidence. It is not the first time Kenyans are talking about Orengo making a comeback to ODM party. At some point, the talks were so high to an extent that James Orengo had to issue some demands. But these latest talks, and considering the political situation in the Republic of Kenya, I think Orengo might be forced back to ODM party for several reasons. Number one, our politics is local. And Orengo had projected an image of someone who wanted to play national politics. But based on the current political developments, even within Linda Mwananchi, James Orengo is not going to have a major role in Linda Mwananchi. And therefore, he might be forced to go back to Siaya. And for Orengo to successfully defend his seat in Siaya, being on ODM would give him an edge. Linda Mwananchi imeshika. We don't deny. But their presence is still at 30% in Nyanza. If you go to the people on the ground, for those, forget about the noise online. If you go to the ground there, people still have that respect for ODM, party ya mtoto ya Jaramogi. You talk to people, that's what they tell you. Hiyo ni party ya mtoto ya Jaramogi, hatuwezi acha. That's what they say here. So, because of that alone, I'm also convinced that Orengo might actually come back to ODM party. Because at the national level, his game plan was simple. Orengo wanted to be allowed to negotiate. He also wanted to become a running mate to Kalonzo Musyoka. Remember when he hosted Kalonzo Musyoka at Raila Odinga's home. But as we speak, Linda Mwananchi has changed all those equations. Number two, James Orengo wanted to run for the presidency in 2027. I'm not so sure whether it was serious, but whenever he got opportunity in Nyanza, that's exactly what he told the Luo community, that a Luo must be on the ballot. Then he aligned himself with Linda Mwananchi. But as fate would have it, in Linda Mwananchi, the light was on Edwin Sifuna. As we speak, Edwin Sifuna is going to be their presidential candidate. Karoli Omondi made that very clear. And because Sifuna is going to be the presidential candidate, where does that leave James Bob Agri Orengo? Where does that leave him? Option of becoming a running mate. Can Orengo become Edwin Sifuna's running mate? No. Going back to Siaya, what role will Orengo be playing back for Linda Mwananchi while campaigning in Siaya? And because Orengo's hopes of running for the presidency is now dimmed, it would make more sense for him to go back to Siaya. And that's exactly what I tend to think he is currently doing. Because even the attacks or the exchange between Orengo and ODM leaders, Orengo and Oburu, they've gone slow a bit. And number three, which is the main point, is that if ODM party were to meet, or if William Ruto in the broad-based arrangement were to meet some of James Orengo's demands, he's definitely going to come back. I know you are asking what kind of demands. Orengo has always wanted to be on the negotiating table. The main reason why Orengo failed to agree with Oburu, with Gladys, was because broad-based government was formed and he was not part of it. When Raila Odinga died, the decision to make Oburu Odinga the party leader was made when he was not there. In short, if he was involved, probably he would still be in ODM party, just like Karoli. If Ruto had not appointed Mbadi as a minister, rest assured, Karoli Omondi would today still be serving in William Ruto's government. If Ruto were to fire Mbadi today from the cabinet, I can assure you, Karoli would move very fast to William Ruto. So one of the demands is those negotiating tables. ODM can also assure him that when you come back, You are an ODM member. You are ODM member. You are an ODM member. You've not resigned. We are giving you the ticket for Siaya. Yeah, because currently ODM is sponsoring Nicholas Gumbo. Yeah, and lastly, and this is something which I've mentioned here before. I'm in constant contact with James Orengo's allies from Siaya because most of those people are known to me personally. Some of them, they don't even know what Orengo is up to. So some of his allies are trying to pile a lot of pressure on him because they are also, this is politics. They're also looking at their interest. If Orengo were to leave Siaya governor seat, I mean, which role would he play? Because he's not going to be a running mate. Orengo is not going to be a cabinet minister. I think it's way beyond that. Orengo can be maybe the Speaker of the National Assembly. But the Speaker of the National Assembly and the governor, you look at those two positions, you realize that the governor has more power, even in terms of the resources, even in terms of empowerment of his people, even, so most of his allies would want a situation where Orengo goes back to Siaya as a governor. And the only logical way is for him to run as ODM. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what to think. That's my take. Until next time, Lima Queen, bye-bye.